right, everyone. Welcome to today's session, Creating Your Brand Style with Serena Johnson. We all hear how important brand is when it comes to running a business, but I think the thing that's not talked about enough is the fact that when you are in real estate, you are your brand. And so the way you show up on social media, at showings, open houses, it all matters and it shapes how your clients experience and remember you. So that's what we're going to talk about today, finding your authentic, flattering, easy to maintain, and aligned style, things that work with your brand, and kind of building that muscle for you. Serena is a stylist that helps entrepreneurs create aligned personal styles with their brand in a way that feels natural, powerful, and sustainable. And we're going to talk about all of that today. So, Serena, thank you for doing this. We're so excited to learn from you.
Awesome. Hey everyone, I am just so excited to just be welcomed on this call. We are going to walk step by step, honestly, what I do with clients in terms of looking at where you are now, where you want to be, and really just how do we make your style exciting again. I hear from a lot of entrepreneurs and agents just like, I just feel blah in my style overall, right? And so just how to make your style exciting and using your style as a way to represent your brand in a physical way. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, does everyone see? Yes, okay. Perfect. Okay, here we go. So today we are, like I said, my promise to you is I'm going to show you a three-step method that I use for my clients when creating their style brand. I want you to walk away not just with information, but I just want you to have some action steps moving forward. Does anyone, let's just start by asking a question. Who feels overwhelmed with style overall? Add it in the chat and Kate will tell me. Okay, Kate has her hand up. That's stunning. We love that. Anyone, how does everyone feel about their style? Are you overwhelmed? Are you feeling like you're in a season where you're stuck? You used to be stylish. Like what's the situation?
I'm going to chime in and then I would love for someone else to share as well.
Yeah,
But
go
I
ahead.
don't know if many of you know this, but I did blogging back in the day. So I had like a
Yeah.
fashion blog. I used to put a lot of time and energy into what I wore and getting ready. That no longer
Mhm.
excites me in that same way. Um,
Mhm.
but I still want to be confident in what I'm wearing and what I show up. And so I'd actually called Serena months ago now saying, like, I know I need to revamp my style. I have a general idea of what I want it to look like, but I don't know where to start. Also, I work from home like almost all day, every day. And so at the same time, I'm not going to be wearing a suit in the house that doesn't feel like me. So, like, how do you find something that feels exciting and representative of you, but also doesn't feel like a persona you're putting on, but also you are stepping into your highest timeline. So I really resonate with that. I need to do a full closet clean out.
Yes, in
Gina,
time, Kate. You're on the list, the hit list. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Gina put in the chat stale, 2 decades in the business,
Okay.
so tired of trying to figure out something some
Okay.
days. I
Okay,
feel
perfect.
that. Wearing,
Awesome.
feeling like you're wearing the same thing over and over too. Even when you find a good one, then after a few years, you're like, okay, time to
Yeah.
change.
For sure. And like something to add to that, I've learned that just as we personally evolve, our style evolves too. So it's really important to even like the top of the year, January, be like, am I still loving my style or do I need to like switch things up a little bit? And as you guys know, y'all are busy. So I know that that's not top of mind. So even just putting it on your calendar, like beginning of January, okay, let's evaluate the closet. Do I like this stuff or do we need to do a little shift? That will help in terms of like helping you keep your style fresh. Okay.
Or Rocio mentioned she used to work for Gucci years ago and would like to get back to
Oh
some
my
sort
God.
of style. Working from home doesn't help.
Okay, I love this. Okay, this is so exciting. Okay, this is all helpful. Now, you guys feel free to keep adding to the chat. I will keep moving on. This is giving me an idea of where everyone's at. So what I hear from a lot of agents typically is you guys want to attract your ideal client, but you still want to be comfortable, right? So like Kate was talking about, maybe there's you when you do work at home, you're like, I still want to look nice and attract my ideal client, especially if I'm hopping on social media real quick. But you're like, I'm not gonna wear a blazer. I don't wear a blazer day to day, right? So that's one. Another one is you want to be professional but not stuffy. That's another one I hear. You're like everyone's idea of professional is a black suit. And again, not for most of us, that is not our personalities. All of you, I'm sure, have an amazing personality, and a black suit is not going to relate to that. This doesn't correlate. Or maybe you're like, I'm at a place where I just want more confidence when you show up on social media. But overall, you want to be stylish but still feel like you. I think a lot of us think to have style, we have to go to the nines, right? And we have to do all the accessories and all the colors and all the things. My thing is, style should be a reflection of who you are. It shouldn't be forced. You shouldn't be trying to be like someone else. It really is just a physical extension of who you are at the core, and you're just representing that in a physical way. And also, style is like a lifestyle. You want to consider like, what are things that I do during the week? And you want clothes that match what you're doing in those activities, but still also reflect you. Okay, is there any of these that resonate with anyone that I've pointed out?
I feel like I resonate to all of them. And I also feel like we talked about being sick or not feeling your best, the same thing, like you
Yeah,
said, showing up on social media, right? Or like if
yeah,
you are trying to work out more, having athleisure that makes you feel good, like the things that you want to be doing, having the wardrobe that matches
yeah,
it. A few more people
yeah.
popped in the chat. Oh, let's see. You mentioned I adjust my outfit, especially when my first meeting with clients, depending on their
Mm,
age. I want to be
yeah,
stylish and polished and look, but also not look like I'm trying too hard.
sure.
Confidence on social media, all of them. Um,
All of them great. Love
yeah, I
that.
put time and energy into my appearance, clothing, makeup, etc. Sure, I have room for improvement, but my issue is I hate shopping online, and many of my favorites aren't around since COVID, which I said I get. I feel a little overwhelmed, like you kind of have a vision in your mind, but don't even know where to start to make it happen.
Fair.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing, y'all.
I love
Feel
that.
free to
Thank you
unmute
guys.
as well, so I'm not the only
Yeah,
one talking.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Definitely feel free to unmute. But no, guys, that is perfect. Yes. So we're all kind of in the same boat. So what if I told you this is all attainable, that you can feel comfortable and attract your ideal client? You don't have to be stuffy. You can be confident and you can still be stylish, but you. How does that make you feel? Because sometimes we just get in our heads where we're just like, I'm just not stylish, and that's it. And I'm like, no, this is all attainable. How does is everyone like, Serena, you're just BSing me, or you're like, no, I was there at one point. I know I can do it again. How are we feeling? Are we feeling hopeful, excited? Are we ready to go? I told Kate we might do a dance party, but I don't know if y'all are ready for that. Okay. I see someone moving. Someone's moving. I appreciate you, girl. All right. Moving on. Okay. So again, today we are going to take steps to a style that aligns with your brand. So all of you already know how important branding is. I'm sure you have done many calls, you've seen all the things on social media, the importance of branding. You already know that what you wear does make an impression on your ideal client. You already know all these things, but you might just feel stuck when it comes to your style. And so today we are going to take action. But first, I just want us to get on the same page that your brand and your style, they go hand in hand. Sometimes what I have found is when I go to a client's closet, we like to look on Instagram and you're like, that's cute, and then you buy it. That's cute, and you buy it. Then I get into their closet and I'm like, it's just a bunch of random stuff. So the goal is to have a closet that reflects the brand and everything is cohesive at the end of the day. So most of the time when we're thinking of branding, we're thinking of our logo, our website, our brand colors, or maybe your messaging. And we most of the time what I see, especially with agents, is that brand image personal style, it's either like never something that they think about, or it's always on like the, end of the list of the day, right? I again, your style is a physical representation of your brand. Shouldn't be forced. It should consider your lifestyle so that it makes sense functionally, so that you feel comfortable day to day, and it's representing who you are. Okay. So the secret to having a brand that's on style is your style basics, unique style, understanding and identifying what your style personality is, And then after you have those, you're going to clean out your closet, which is something I'm going to encourage all of you to do this weekend, maybe if you have time. And then after that, you'll have a better understanding of like what you're looking for when you're shopping, so you're not feeling overwhelmed. So again, this is the model that I use for my clients as well. So today we're going to cover the fit method because it's finally time for y'all to learn how to dress yourself with confidence, okay? So that you can feel empowered to finally feel confident about your style, and so that you can show up for your clients and for your future clients with more confidence. Okay,
I like
so quickly, oh, I heard someone. Did I hear something? No, okay. Okay. I'm keep going. Okay. A quick introduction. Kate did a great job, by the way. Thanks, Kate. That was such a cool shout out. I was like, oh,
took it from
okay.
your website, but yeah.
Appreciate it. So I'm Serena. I am a fashion stylist. I also help with branding photo shoots, like Kate said. We actually met about 3 years ago. Choice did like a little headshot, like branding mini sessions, which are so fun. I hope we could do that again soon. It's so fun. And so I help clients with just helping them figure out what to wear for their photo shoots. I also do personal shopping. So for each season, I help clients like refresh their closet so it's fresh and on brand for the season. I'm also a certified color consultant. We'll actually talk about color here in a second. I'm also a Meredith graduate. I don't know if there's any Meredith alumni in the chat. Anyone? No one? Maybe? Okay, it's okay. And then also I say hat collector, as you can see in the picture. And today I'm wearing a hat. I have a problem. My hats are my thing. Every time I see a hat, it's hard to say no. So that's a little bit about me. Okay, so going back to the fit method, we're going to, first you're going to find your colors. When you understand your best neutrals and your pop colors, you've completed a major part in looking put together. Color is one of the most important and underrated factors when it comes to style. Your next I, identify your signature style. When you know your style, you can shop smarter and create a style that's unique to you. And then T, tailor your go-to looks. So I want you to think of this as a uniform. Your go-to looks for showing a house, when you're jumping on social media. These are strategic looks that you represent you and your brand. Okay. All right, so first let's start with F. The best color in the whole world is the one that looks good on you. This is very true. So we're going to talk about color. Um, when you understand your best colors, it helps you stand out from the crowd. This is not only just for brand shoots and headshots, it's also just day to day. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. So I always tell people, why would you wear colors that make you look blah? Has anyone struggled with color? Like, is there people in the chat here today, like black? You're like, I just stick with black because I just don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, how are we feeling? Y'all can unmute yourself too.
I love black.
Who said that? Who loves black?
Oh wait, sorry, I hit audio and then audio. First time on Zoom. Sorry. Uh, I
You're
love black, but I love orange and fuchsia and yellow. And sometimes I'm like, "Are you gonna be too loud today?" Like,
it
yeah.
sounds like if you love those colors, those are colors you should wear. I think there's always a fear in us of like, I'm not confident enough to hold this color. If you love that color, I say wear it and have fun for sure. Anyone else? Do we have color enthusiasts or everyone's scared of color? How we doing?
I love color. I also think I feel like it was in the past 2 years I really learned kind of the warm, cool
Mm-hmm.
vibe and like
Mm-hmm.
how different colors can have both of those. I'm sure all of us have kind of learned that from
Yeah.
Instagram videos with like the different capes, but it's just
Yeah.
so interesting to see how like a gray or a light pink is just like
Yeah.
I look gray or I look
Yes. Yes.
completely washed out.
Definitely.
Well, I love colors, but I think black makes me look thin because I'm having issues with weight at my
Okay.
age.
Okay. Okay. I will say black does help. Honestly, any type of darker color is slimming overall. You could always switch, especially in the summer. Black's too hot. It's just too hot.
Yeah, I
To
like
wear.
my bright colors, like blues and pinks and
Good.
whatever, bright, bold.
Okay, good. I love that. Yeah, I would suggest like switching that black to like maybe more of a navy or like a charcoal in the summertime. And then you can pair that with some bright colors. I love that. Awesome.
In the
Okay.
chat, I'm just gonna read a few of these real quick. Yuka said, I
Yeah.
love black too, complements my skin tone, but I also
Okay.
like bright colors. Not a big fan of pastels though. Gina
Okay.
said, I wear a lot of teals, blues, pinks, reds, green. Marilyn said, love blue. Gina said, I can't wear yellow or orange at all. They wash me out. And Taylor said, thanks for introducing color
Aw.
to my neutral tone closet.
That's right. Yes, Taylor, I did Taylor's closet a while ago and I was like, Taylor, we need more color. And so we did her color analysis and she's like, what colors I could wear? Yes, there's lots of colors. Everyone can wear a ton of colors. At the end of the day, it's just figuring out what shades work best for your skin tone and your natural coloring. All right, so let me keep going because we're actually going to dive into that. Okay, so color can either attract and support your natural coloring or it can distract people. So this is, well, let me keep going. Let me keep going. I was about to deep dive, but we're not there yet. Color is important because it will help you glow in your images and video. This is very important for you guys as you are showing up more in social media, just to be aware of like, this color actually drains me. So I should opt for this color because we always want people to be drawn to your face. And the best colors when you're wearing colors that complement you, it always should be drawn, the eyes will be drawn to the face. We want people to remember your face because you're the brand. Okay, color goals. The colors you wear should create color harmony. It will enhance your natural coloring and make you look youthful, radiant, and energized. Beautiful. All of these are Serena approved. Okay, next. The wrong colors, however, you'll look washed out, you will look older, you'll look exhausted and tired. We don't want that. We not only don't want that on social media, we don't want that day to day, right, everyone? Yes? Yes. Okay, stunning. Next. So our goal is color harmony. We want colors to mimic and reflect our natural coloring. Then on the other side, you have color clashing, and this distracts or draws attention away from your natural beauty. So how I know like these colors are off is, for example, down here, I'm only looking at her face. My eye can either only look at her face or what she's wearing. My eye doesn't go up and down. So let me actually go back to the last slide. So see here, I'm looking at her eyes and the navy blue and even her up here. You see her face and the blue and it goes back to the face. That's how I know it's really good colors for her coloring. Where again, here, this actually is washing her out. She looks very pale. And so that's how we know those are colors that are clashing. Okay, example one. Color harmony, very nice. It really supports her natural coloring. And then this girl, she's very similar in coloring, but that pastel pink really just washes her out overall. Does everyone see that? Yes. Okay, I see some head nods. Okay. If you're confused, just let us know. Another example. So again, this pink is very nice. It supports her coloring. This black, however, when I look at the picture, I only looked at the shirt, honestly, right away. I'm not even looking at her face. So that's how I know pretty quickly that this is not it. This is clashing with her coloring overall. Okay. You guys have heard of like spring, summer, winter, fall, right? So I actually have 6 color codes. It's very similar to the spring system, except it allows you to have more colors because most women are actually neutral toned instead of being like cool or warm toned. Okay, so y'all can take notes. I'm gonna go through the color codes so you can be like, oh, I'm probably this color code and I should wear these colors, right? So I'm gonna whip through these. First, we have softs. Typically, softs, you're looking at dishwasher blonde is how I would describe it. Kind of a dirty blonde, brown hair. Typically, they have similar tone from their hair to their skin overall. So colors that softs wear are very soft, subtle, muted tones overall. You want to avoid dark and heavy colors as this will wash you out. If you're a cool, you have silver, salt pepper hair, or ash brown hair. Colors you want to wear are blue, cool tones. That doesn't mean you can only wear blues. You have like pinks and purples, but the undertone's blue. Whatever you do, just don't wear fall colors because again, that will wash you out. Next is warms. You have red hair, ginger hair, or golden brown hair. This one I actually added. His hair is brown, but there's enough like gold tone in it that I would actually put him in this category. And you guessed it, warm means autumn. So think fall, all things fall seasons. What we don't want for warms is high contrast. So bright colors, you want to avoid pink and instead opt for coral. Does anyone have a question? I heard something. No? Okay, I'll keep going. Deeps. You typically have dark hair and dark eyes. Sometimes you could have like a green or hazel eye, but typically everything is dark hair, dark eyes. You want to wear deep, rich, jewel tone colors, and you want to avoid pastels at all costs. Lights. Okay, typically someone who's a light, you have light hair, light eyes. Either you have white hair or blonde hair, typically. You want to think spring garden. So spring's essentially your season, all things pastel. You want to avoid harvest, like really warm colors and jewel tones as well. Those will wash you out. And then clears. Typically for a clear, they're a little more iffy, but dark hair and light eyes, or like this beautiful woman up here, you have dark skin and dark hair, and you need those bright colors to help brighten your complexion. So you want to think pastels and bright colors. I usually tell people think of a resort or tropical island. Those are the colors you're going to go for. What you want to avoid is earth tones. So like anything brown and tans, those will completely wash you out. Okay, does anyone have questions before I move on, or do I need to go back to a slide because you were writing notes down?
One question I did have, which it based on this slide, it looks like you're headed towards, and it doesn't really matter, but it was just something I thought of, which is
Yeah,
so much of this looks like it kind of relates to like your skin and your hair. And so just
yeah,
as a woman, like if you
yeah,
decide to go a different hair color, does that mean you need a whole new wardrobe? Like, does it really, hopefully you're picking a hair color that kind of like this matches your skin
yeah,
tone and would go.
yeah,
So hopefully it wouldn't
yeah.
change too much, I'm assuming. But I think if you
Hey,
went like kind of dramatic, would you feel differently? I don't know. Does that make sense?
Kate, what a great question. And we're actually going to hop into that. Stunning, Kate. I love that for us. I'm like, Kate's on it. You go, girl. Yes. Okay. So what you notice, like Kate said, everything was mostly about hair color. So back in the 80s when color analysis was like popping, and it's popping again, which I love, um, is they would actually pull people's hair back and only look at their eyes and skin tone. But then what would happen is women would buy the clothes and be like, why does it still feel off? Well, that's because they never considered the hair. So that's why we've really shifted the color code and the color analysis to really use hair as the dominant feature. Because if you're wearing sunglasses and you walk into a room, people are going to see your hair color first. So yes, hair is very important when it comes to your color analysis and your colors. So usually what I say is try to stick with your natural hair color, and you can do 3 shades lighter, 3 shades darker, but it's still kind of close to your natural hair color so that you can stay in your color code. So for example, though, here's Serena, my twin, but not my twin. I can't play tennis. But anyways, so this is her natural hair color. There was a moment my girl went blonde, super cute. However, this means that she had to readjust her outfits to be more light and more muted, where here she could wear more jewel tones. If she wore jewel tones with this hair color, it would really clash. Same with Jennifer over here. Her hair is naturally kind of like a dirty blonde. There was a time she was like really dark brunette, and that would switch her over to more colorful pieces as well. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Okay, cool. I'll keep going. So depending what category you're in, this you also have to consider neutral. So typically for lights and softs, you want low contrast. So I usually use snakeskin as a good example of a print that you can use as like the base of your closet. If you're a deep or a warm, I suggest a cheetah print because it's medium contrast. There's black, but it's not too light like this, okay? If you're a cool or a clear, you can do zebra print because it's high contrast. Because again, if you are a cool, you have like silver hair, and that means in your skin tone, it probably creates that high contrast look. So your natural coloring should also match how you dress. And so you can see she has more of a medium contrast, and then this is more of a high contrast in terms of her outfit overall. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, some of you are like, you showed me this quick slideshow and I still have no idea, Serena. Don't fear. I do have options. You can do color confirmations where you can send me your pictures and I'll be like, this is what you are. And then you move on and you would get color swatches as well. That will help you build your closet. Okay, now we're moving on to I, and you're going to identify your signature style. So I believe everyone is stylish. Style reflects your unique personality, but few tap into it. So we're actually going to do a quick exercise if you are able to. We are going to determine our style words. So first, I'm going to put like a timer for like 2 minutes. I believe in y'all. You can do this. First, I want us to write down some adjectives to describe your brand. And feel free to add it to the chat so we can have fun. Pass the time. Okay, ready? I'm gonna put a timer and go. I should have gotten music, guys. I'm sorry. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I'm seeing people put stuff in the chat. Ooh, radiant, playful, colorful, fun, approachable, classic. Guys, these are good. Very nice. Okay. Now that you put some things down for your brand, I want you to also put some words down for your style. And what you might notice is the words you wrote for your brand are similar. Oh, sorry guys, my phone. They're similar to the style that you want as well. You have nurturing, approachable, and luxury. Very nice. Classy with a flair. Sleek. Very nice. Ooh, yes. Melanie, I clearly need help. Creative, energetic, efficient, and thorough. Okay, okay. Sporty, classy, clean. Nice, guys. Okay. Now, real quick, I want you guys just to choose 3 words of like, this is when someone looks at me, I want them to use these 3 words for my style. What are they? Is it colorful? Okay, if we need help, I actually have a slide for some words. Is this helpful, everyone? Sorry, should have gone there first. Sorry. Here's some more. Dynamic, elegant, lovely, colorful, vibrant, artistic, fierce, quirky, bubbly. Everyone write your 3 words. Knowledgeable, dynamic, stylish. Very nice. Okay, cool. Classic, casual. Chic, romantic, gracious. Oh, I love those. Energetic, creative, and polished. Okay, these are fun. How are we feeling, everyone? This is so fun. This is the stuff I like. I like all of it. But I love the when people choose style words. It's so fun. It really reflects your personalities. That's why I enjoy it. Okay, cool. Now, let me show you why we need to do our style words. Oh, okay. It's not on here. So when I use style words, it's because when you're going to go shopping now, I actually put these 3 words on your phone, put it in your notes so you remember. When you're holding a piece up and you're shopping, I want you to say, is this sleek, chic, and fun? And if it doesn't hit 2 out of 3 of your words, then you're going to put it right back on the rack. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes we all get caught up in the, it's just cute and I saw some influencer wear it. But that leaves us with a closet full of things that just don't align and it's not cohesive. So that's why it's important to have your style words because it's really reflecting who you are and like what you want the style to be. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Cool. Perfect. All right. Here's the next step moving forward that will also help really define your style. So there's actually 6 personality types. Unfortunately, these lean more to like women. I try some of the men are in here too, but it does lean more towards women. So men, it's okay. I got you. I will give you examples too. So we have pure natural, cool creative, edgy glam, classic modern, boho babe, and trendy chic. Okay, so based on these style personalities, what does everyone think they are? Just add it to the chat. I'm curious. Classic modern. Okay, cool. What else? What else, everyone? Just based on these words. Boho babe. Yeah, that's right, Kate. Yeah. Yes. Cool creative. Yes. Uh-huh. Trendy chic. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, just a side note, everyone. You might be like, we'll go through some examples here, and you'll be like, I think I'm two. That's okay. You can be a hybrid. That's definitely normal. We all are either just one or hybrids. So I'm going to go through some examples. Pure natural. So for pure natural, hold on, we're having problems. I need to move this little bar. You are functional. You like no fuss things. You enjoy just to throw something on in the morning. And you are easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl type of vibe. Okay. This is sorry guys. Let me go back. Oh no, do you guys see my screen?
Nothing has changed on our end. We can still see the pure natural
Okay.
side.
Okay, hold on. I think I just. Okay, I'll keep going. Classic modern. Okay, timeless classic staples with a modern twist. Usually you're like, if it looks like a timeless piece, doesn't matter what the trends are happening. That's my vibe. Cool creative, you like prints. You might be considered retro, quirky, artistic. You like a lot of color. You like to have fun. You like to find creative jewelry that are one of the kind pieces. Boho babe, you're more bohemian. I would consider you free-spirited. And sometimes like people that like more of like that Western look, I would still put kind of in boho babe as well. Edgy glam, you are kind of rock and roll, but typically when I find clients that are in this category, they still want to look feminine. They still want a feminine touch. So you like texture, you like probably more richer colors overall, but it's giving us, we're going to a rock and roll concert every day. It's the vibe. And then trendy chic, you are all about trends. You're just like, what is the vibe this season? Like, that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's what I would consider trendy chic. Okay, so a few more things in terms of style. I want you guys to still have fun exploring. Again, you might realize you have 2 style personalities. I would just say I would encourage you just to combine them and keep it going. Be careful on Pinterest. Sometimes we get locked in of like, I see a picture and I have to mimic it. And then we realize it just is not working. You really want to use Pinterest just as inspiration of like, I like that green blazer she has. And so you're going to find something that, again, you'll look for green blazers, use your style words. If it matches 2 out of 3 of the style words, then you can buy it. So then it's really you. Okay, that's pretty much everything. Does anyone have questions about the style? Are we excited? Is it giving us kind of an idea of like, I need to start moving more into this direction based on my style?
I love it. I have a question slash thought that I'm
Okay.
curious about. I definitely think I kind of relate to like the boho
Yeah.
vibe. And I look at all of the stuff on that slide and I'm like, I love the style of it and I
Yeah.
could see myself wearing it, like could see it in my closet and would put it on and be comfortable in my day. And then I
Yeah.
look at like the edgy glam and I look at all of those looks and think, oh my gosh, I love that style. If I were like headed to an event or something, I could see myself wearing that.
Sure.
But I
Sure.
also look at those and one side of me is like, oh my gosh, love it, would love to lean more towards that. And then
Sure.
I also look at those outfits and think like, if I put any of those on in my everyday, sitting at my desk, I would be so uncomfortable and like I actually wouldn't feel like myself. And so I'm curious what your advice is on like what you think versus like knowing if you were to pick something up, you wouldn't actually wear it. Like, how do you do that dance where you want to evolve, but
Yeah, I would, anytime you start buying something, this is usually harder for events, but even when you start buying something, I tell myself, can I at least wear it in like 4 areas of my lifestyle? Does that make sense? Like 3 to 4 areas of my lifestyle. So if it's only hitting like it's in again, events is different because it's like if I'm shopping specifically for like a fun event, I'm like, I need to get at least like 4 more wears out of different events again. But for your day to day, it's like, okay, let's ideally say you're like, I like on Mondays to go to a coffee shop. So I like to be out and working. Maybe Sundays you have brunch with the girls. Then you're doing showings during the week. And then maybe you're picking kids up from soccer practice. So you want to like kind of make a list of your lifestyle, looking at like a general, like what I do during the week. And if the piece really can fit like in like 3 of those categories, then you'll know you're going to wear it multiple times. Does that help a little bit?
that's perfect. Yeah. Cause then I look
Okay.
at all that and I'm like, I wouldn't wear that to like any of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that might help you like, Kate, I definitely think you're boho babe. And that will kind of like help you like go back to like probably at the core, like you're like all these other personalities are super fun. However, at the core, I'm still boho babe at the end of the day because I know like day to day, that's probably more me. Does that help?
Yeah. It totally leans into the Pinterest thought of like, just because you see it doesn't mean that's where your style needs to go.
Yes. Yes. Our brain has to work on like this is cute, but that doesn't mean it's for me. Does that make like this is cute and I like it. However, like let me like stick to my style words and like stick to like who I am at the core. All right. Does anyone have any more questions? That was a great question.
I do.
Yes, go ahead, girl.
So, by the way, there's two Melanies. I gave my link to one of the people in the office. Hi, Suin. So when I was not doing real estate for a while, I was
Yeah,
definitely boho babe. I shopped on Sundance,
nice,
Anthropology,
nice.
Gringo Boots, like
Yeah,
like very kind of edgy, but still on the boho. But then I
yeah,
think to myself, can I like wear that? And so I started switching over and picking like more business pieces.
sure, sure.
Yeah. So I'm not
Yeah.
even sure if I'm like going in the right direction.
Now, are you picking business pieces just because now of what the industry you're in and you're like, I want to look professional? Is that what you're saying?
Right. So when I started in the early 2000s, I always used to wear just business stuff. And then
Gotcha.
when I had a break in
Yeah.
between, I love, like I totally gravitate to anything boho babe. Like, yes.
Yes. Okay. Heard. That's always a
So-
struggle with the boho babes. Yes. I would recommend when you're creating outfits, you can have some structured pieces like a blazer or like some kind of shirt that has a collar, but then like to like get back to like your boho babeness, you could do like a skirt that has a fun print or have some shoes that are fun. So you still have that element of boho babe while combining some kind of professional piece with it. Does that make sense?
that does help a lot. Thank you.
Okay, okay, perfect. Awesome. Anyone else? No.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead,
It's
Kate.
not for me, but I'm just curious. Obviously, a lot of this is for women. What advice would you give to the men?
Yeah.
Um, he's not on
Mhm.
here, right? I'm thinking of Ryan, like he loves his choice shirts, right? And that works for him. What advice would you give for people that are like, I've got what works for me, especially the
Yeah.
men, like what advice do you give them, I guess is what I'm curious about.
So for men, first we have to decide, do we really want to change our style or we don't want to change our style? Because if you don't want help, that's okay. Just be comfortable with yourself. If you're like, I am used to these things, but I'm ready to branch out, then I would say, okay, based on the pieces you wear day to day, what about them do you like? Do you like that you're hot natured and you feel cool in the pieces? Okay, so now we're just going to find elevated versions of what you're wearing day to day, but still give you that functionality. Because they're usually men are like, I found the jeans that I love, and they will buy them in all colors because they know they work, right? And so then it's just like, okay, to branch off, maybe we just do a different style. You just have to, I would just suggest trying like small things differently, just to help you start expanding your style. Does that make sense? And men, usually it's for them, it's just finding colors and like doing prints is what I usually, when I work with men, just to help them expand their options.
Totally. This whole time I've just been thinking about one of the things that Brian has said a number of times is, um, and it relates to all of this, right? Is like whatever you do, you just need to be confident in the fact that like that is how you're showing up and that
Yeah,
is how your clients will know you. And so like he, for
exactly.
example, is he loves his choice shirts and like he
Yeah,
will wear that time and time
yeah,
again. If he's in a suit, like there's actually a problem, right? But then
yeah,
there's some other agent years and years ago that would show up in like a t-shirt and shorts. Like he was
yeah.
really good at what he did, but that's not for everyone, right? And so I guess I'm not doing a good job of putting a bow on this, but all of that to say, like the way you show up, just be really confident in
Yeah.
Brian is the brand. That's what Gina said. No, exactly. Like, all of us are our brand, right? And so like it's just
Yeah.
knowing what that is and what we stand for and knowing like
Yeah.
it's not going to be every day, right? Like we can try, but whatever it is, just making sure that like we feel
You're
good in it.
confident.
That
I
shows.
agree. I agree. Definitely. And like another thing too is some people feel like you can only be stylish if you're following the trends. I don't think that to me is just not true. Being stylish is like really defining who you are and being like, this is me. So like for example, I'm a hat girl. So people know they expect me to like people think it's weird when I'm not wearing a hat, you know. That's kind of been like my signature item. And so like I also encourage all of you like maybe your thing is like I love purple. So people are going to know me as the purple girl or people like maybe you're like I just love a Hawaiian print or I love stripes. So like maybe that will and that's something like you can like latch onto that people can like relate to when they see you visually in your brand. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Cool. Next, we're doing T, tailor your looks. Okay. So, we're going to start creating uniforms for your brand. Your style should reflect, again, your lifestyle. So quickly, can everyone in the chat write down, just like think of like a general week. What is it that you're doing? Just write down. I know we talked a little bit about this earlier, but what are you doing throughout the week? Just to like consider your lifestyle. What does day to day look like?
Well, mine was exactly what you said earlier. Working from home,
Yeah.
working from a coffee shop,
Yeah.
going to like a brunch with the girls, maybe
Yep.
pickleball.
Yep.
And I think actually please chime in, y'all, because I feel like I'm just getting a personal styling session and I don't.
Which is fine. I'm just kidding. Just
But I
kidding.
also, I think because I spend so much time on Zoom,
Yeah.
then I have all these conversations. I get really excited and I'm like, well, like whatever my shirt is really matters because this is all you get.
Sure.
And so I need to really pack a punch there.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously you guys are going to showings and open
Yeah.
houses. And I think social media is a big one for all of us too.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with what Kate said. It's like you want to be comfortable doing the calls and the emails and stuff like that, but you still want to be presentable. I don't want to have to spend, half an hour in the middle of that momentum of my day to get dressed, right? Like get up,
Agree.
get dressed, do my thing, and then just pop
Agree.
out.
Agree.
But be
And
comfortable like I'm in pajamas.
that's fair. And it's
Yeah.
attainable. Um, usually
Um,
when I tell people like work at home things, I usually say like go for athleisure looking things that are put together. Like a nice set is always nice. And you can do like a little hoop and some lip gloss and call it a day, right? Just depending who you are. Or another option is like you guys said, maybe you're like, I'm a jeans girl and I just want to like throw on a cute little shirt and then hop on Zoom, right? And so it's really just learning to be strategic, and something that I want you guys to think of like, if you're showing homes, I want you to at least have 3 outfits that you've actually taken time and energy to be like, these are 3 outfits that represent me and I'm comfortable in, and I feel like it's really representing my brand. And then you're like, okay, for my Zoom outfits, I have 2. So these are my go-to Zoom outfits that, like you said, I don't have to think through. And I've actually taken time to put the uniform together. So that's why people freak out when I say uniforms, but it's really just helping your brain know I've actually taken time to like create an outfit that I love and it works for this situation and this lifestyle in my life. Does that make sense?
Yes. Can I share what I do?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Stuart, not Melanie.
Oh, hi. Go ahead.
So I'm a mom, full-time
Yeah.
mom, and I do my real estate. So what I do is I wake up early and
Yeah.
get myself together. But I
Yeah.
think my focal point is more my hair, my face. So I always
Sure.
kind of put together an outfit that's simple but clean. So if I'm ready to go out for lunch, I look presentable. If I have to go to a meeting, I look the same. So basically, I bought a bunch of pairs of black jeans that does not look like black jeans, but more like fabric. And
Okay.
I match it with nice dress shirt, but more trendy,
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
army cut, and then
Yeah.
wearing the right jewelry with it helps. And the cute shoes, like a pop of color with shoes.
Yes. Perfect. I love all of that. I totally agree. But like just to go back on what you said, that was probably, like you said, you took time to be like, okay, these are outfits that I like and I know that work. I think a common thing that I see just with entrepreneurs and even agents is just I bought some cute stuff online and we're going to hope it works, right? And so sometimes we just don't take time. We don't set time to be like, this is I'm going to take time and make outfits. And what I also recommend is when you're making those outfits, take a picture on your phone and then make a folder in your phone that say go to outfits. So like you really aren't, it's like another element to really help your brain be like, oh, I don't have to do mental work in the morning when I'm getting ready.
One thing on that note, I saw someone post a reel on Instagram about this the other day, and I was like, that's brilliant. It's to take a photo of yourself in the mirror or whatever, wearing your
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know how, if you have an iPhone, you can press and hold an image and it will select
Yes.
like object. And then
Exactly.
she
Yep.
copied herself and had a note in her phone of like brunch outfits, work outfit,
Correct.
and would just paste her little body. And it's like a whole little catalog of
Yeah.
go-to outfits. I thought that was so cool.
Exactly. Exactly. Definitely do that. Anyone else have questions? Is that helpful?
I think it's also important to like regularly purge. Let's talk
Oh,
about it. We all have it. We all have a problem, and it's okay. But when you purge, I think you really realize like, okay, I can't fit into that classic piece
yeah.
when I was a size 2 anymore. Right? Like, so just clear it out. Yeah, it's going to look empty, but like you said, when you take a picture, then you can really see it. So
Correct.
that's a good idea.
I totally agree. The biggest thing that you can do is, again, I encourage everyone to do this because it's spring, it's that time. But really do a deep dive on your closet and purge. Like you said, if it doesn't fit you, we can bless that piece for someone else, but it shouldn't be in your closet anymore. And some of you, maybe you're like, I struggle with weight, so that kind of terrifies you a little bit to let go of it. Then I recommend that you store it for a year. If you don't wear it within the year, then you know it's time to let it go. Really purge, use your style words and go through each piece and be like, does it fit my style words? Nope. Okay, drop it. It's just it's time to go. That's really going to help you do like a really deep cleanse in your closet. And then that will help you see what you actually have in your closet that actually works with your style and your brand. Does that make sense? Yes, we're tracking. Any
One thing you
questions
said
on
to
that?
me when we had a call months ago is that you want your closet to feel like a boutique that's curated
Yes.
just for you. And I really loved that analogy.
Oh, good. Sometimes I think I'm just yapping. I don't know what sticks, but yes. So like Kate said, sometimes we just think clothes, we just, we just start buying clothes. But I really want you guys to be like, okay, this is my closet. My closet is my boutique. So that it will help you be excited when you're shopping to be like, anytime you guys go to like inside a boutique, it has like an aesthetic and like a feeling, right? And so you want the same thing with your closet. Think of your closet as a boutique that you get to shop every morning for. Does that make sense? Just to really help you elevate your brain of like, it's not just a closet, it's my little boutique that I'm shopping in. Okay. Okay, so your homework, everyone. I should ask Kate to do like a follow-up email. I would love to see your results. I want everyone. I want you guys
Your
to create,
follow-up email. Send me your outfit photos.
send me outfit photos. I want you to create 3 go-to outfits or uniforms this week. I guess it's Thursday, so I'll give you until next Friday. Just kidding. So again, consider your style words. Make outfits from your closet first, and maybe as you're making those outfits, you're like, dang, if I just had like a really cute gold necklace, or maybe I just need to update my denim jacket, then you can shop for those missing pieces. And then hopefully by next week, you'll have 3 go-to outfits. So maybe do one for showing, an outfit for coffee when you're going to coffee and work, or maybe just examples of doing some go-to outfits or uniforms. Okay.
Kitsy dropped a good point. She said, and don't forget a good tailor. Yes, what a lost art of like taking things to the tailor, but it's not as expensive as you think it'll be. And hemming
No.
those pants or a
Yes.
skirt, good.
Yes, it makes a huge difference. The fit makes a huge difference. I actually have a tailor. She's in Apex and she does it in her garage, but I love her. If anyone's looking for a tailor. But there's also some local tailors in the Raleigh area. I'm more than happy to send those your way too. Okay, recap. Again, find your colors, identify your style, and then tailor your go-to looks. Again, I just really wanted to make this applicable for you all so that you feel like you have some steps moving forward. It's fun just to talk about style and then we don't do anything, but I really want you guys to focus and be like, I'm going to create a little uniform this week, this weekend, and the next week so that you are just taking those steps of starting to feel confident in your style and reflecting your brand. Okay, vibe check. How's everyone doing? Do we have questions? How can I help?
Vibe check is great. Ton of questions about your tailor. Everyone needs a tailor. They all want her
Oh,
name and contact info. They also want your name and contact info. So,
okay, yes. Okay, so my tailor, her name's Leah. I will actually send it to Kate after this so that she can forward it to you. She is the sweetest thing ever. I used to work at a cute little boutique in Apex, and that's where I met her. And then eventually, from working in retail, that's how I started into my styling business. And then I said, Leah, you're coming along with me. So love to send that to you guys. So you guys can find me. My website is Styled by Serena, or my Instagram is Styled by Serena Official. I would love to stay connected with you all. I do have a styling package that I think would really benefit you guys. It's called Style My Brand. What we do is first, I really like hone in on your style and just your lifestyle. From there, we clean out your closet. We really do that deep dive together. Then I shop for you. And then after that, we have seasonal refresh that's included in the package. So if you started in the spring, then I would shop for you again in the fall and then shop for you again in the spring to really make sure everything's refreshed, everything's on brand, and we're feeling confident in our day to day. So that's one of my styling packages I think you guys would love. So I will send all that to Kate. I should have added it to the slide, but I was just too excited. I was excited to be here today. So if y'all have questions, feel free to ask. I know we're running up on time here, so I will be here if you want to ask questions.
Yeah, and like Serena said on the very front end, and as did I, we often will have a mini photo shoot once a year where we will have an amazing photographer, often Kristen with Studio Array,
Yep.
do little mini shoots with us. And Serena is always there to make sure that your hair is looking good, that things are looking crisp, and that you've got the right pose. And so I would like to challenge all of you to take action on some of these outfits and then to sign up for one of those photo shoots. Because I don't know about you guys, but often that's kind of my barrier to entry is like, I would love to get new headshots taken. And
Yeah.
yet, what am I going to do? Show up wearing the same thing I wore in like the last 2 rounds of it? That seems pointless, right? So,
Yeah.
I know I need to update my email signature with some pictures. Maybe you need to do the same. Take this as your opportunity. Nil asked a great question, which is where do you shop? Loaded question. Any
Oh
go-to?
gosh. Where do I shop personally or for clients? Because it's like everywhere. Um, personally, I honestly shop. Most of the things I shop for is online, honestly. It's a range between sometimes I shop at Nordstrom Rack, sometimes I shop at Anthropologie, sometimes I shop at just online boutiques. That there's some boutiques that aren't necessarily my style overall, but they sometimes will have pieces that I'm like locked in on. So I'm honestly, because I shop all the time for clients, it's all over the place. That's the
And Nil, I know you unmuted for a second, but it sounded a little garbled, so I remuted you. If you were meaning to talk and you had something that you wanted to add to that, please feel free to unmute.
It was just a overall question. When you shop online, how do you know the colors don't match when it arrives? And it's easy to return on Amazon, but it's other places you can't really return them.
Sure. A little hack that I've learned is typically I will make sure when you're shopping online that you brighten the screen all the way up. And then the second thing I usually do is I actually have color swatches I use to see if it's at least in the right shading category. Sometimes I assume when the product arrives that it could be a little bit darker. That's what I found most of the time when the colors are a little off. And so then I have to ask myself, okay, if this arrives a little darker, is it still kind of in the right shade? So yes, that does happen. If you're really nervous about, oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you're nervous about returns, then try and stick with shopping at stores that are local that you can shop online and just return in person, so you're avoiding the fees of shipping stuff back, which I know is super annoying. So that's what I would recommend if that's something that you're nervous about.
I also love to look in the reviews. Like I will,
For sure.
so if there's something I like, I will so quickly go to the review section and
For sure.
see if someone has posted a photo. And if they haven't, then I'll normally like go to the next thing because I'm like, I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
It'll help you see how it fits.
I agree.
He also said, know your measurements,
Oh,
which
for
is
sure.
such great advice. Obviously, we kind of
1000%.
know where we land generally, but sometimes things change or some vendors measure things differently. So
Yes.
buy based on your measurements, not based on the size number. It doesn't matter as long as
Correct.
it fits you and feels good.
1000%. Definitely, like every quarter, I'm one that my body fluctuates a lot. I'll try and measure myself, put it in my phone. And even if it's like a brand I normally purchase from, I still like to check those measurements. Those are really going to be huge for you when you're checking out.
Same. Nadine asked, where do you get your swatches?
Oh, okay. Since I'm a color certified consultant, it's swatches that I have developed. That's where I get them. So if you guys wanted to do like a color confirmation, it's really quick. I can add that to the link to Kate. Essentially all I need from you is some pictures of yourself, like some selfies, so I have an idea what your color is, and then I'll send you color swatches and more information about colors to choose from there. So yeah.
Great. One last question as we're right up on time. Melanie asked, on your website, you have a style boot camp. Do you have these at all your
Oh,
local stores? Great research.
yes.
Melanie. Way to hop right on that.
Oh, she's on it. Okay, so the style boot camps, I'm probably the next one will be in the summertime. And that's like a 4-week boot camp where we do a deep dive on your brand. And we're doing it as a group, essentially, of like everything we talked about today. We're doing it in a group setting, and it's all virtual. So you can, if you're at the beach all summer, that's cool. It's all good. But then we're just really helping you get some basic pieces, but also just pieces for your style for the season or next season. So those are the style boot camps.
Amazing.
Great question.
When that's getting started, send me an email and I'll be sure
I
to share
will.
everyone. And it sounds like I scrolled back up to the top because Lynette, it sounds like that could be perfect for you, saying that you want an overall branding advice
Yeah.
step by step. So
Yeah.
if that's
Perfect.
you, this feels very all encompassing. I think that is it. Thank you everyone so much for showing up today and talking about fashion. I mean, who doesn't love to do that? I can't wait to see you be even more radiant than you already are. So thanks for showing up today. I appreciate all of you, Serena, especially thank you to you for your continued involvement with all things choice. Love having
Yes.
you as a resource.
Thank you so
Everyone have
much,
a
everyone.
wonderful day. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.